not a song that rings in heaven. There's another song that you sing also that we need to correct the text so that you get it right. What was it? Oh, Jesus, help me. Thy word is settled. The Hebrews normally say it is in heaven. And you remember that song? Yeah. Your word is settled in heaven. It's wrong. The text is even a Bible verse, and the Bible verse says that your word is settled. Yes, it is settled. Whether it is in heaven or on the earth, when God speaks, it is settled. But when he said that your word is settled, it is settled in heaven, they say that only when God speaks, it settles in heaven, but not on the earth. Alright? So, oh Lord, thy word is settled, it is settled. That's a Bible verse, it's a whole Bible verse, and it's turned into a song. So sing it well. Let's do it from the beginning. Forever, oh Lord, thy word is settled, it is settled, it is settled forever, forever. Yes. Oh Lord, my Lord, thy word is settled, it is settled, it is settled forever, forever. Oh Lord, thy word is settled, it is settled, it is settled forever, forever, forever. Oh Lord, thy word is settled, thy word is settled, it is settled, it is settled. There's no debate about the word. When God speaks, it is settled everywhere. When God speaks, Satan hears and obeys. It's also scripture. It says that you think you fear God, you have not done much. For even Satan and his demons, they hear God and they tremble. Well, have you read the Bible verse before? Yeah. Oh, I don't believe you. That means there are demons who obey God more than you. You didn't slap yourself. This is why I told you slap yourself. Demons obey God even more than us. Mercy. Yeah. The day I came across this thing, I said, yeah, it's many years ago. Yeah, God is telling me, if you think you are serving me, you have done some big change. Forget. When I go speak, even demons, they bow. They just don't obey me, but they tremble. The demons gather and say, hey, God has spoken to us. Let's not go to Chosen to worry those guys because what? God has spoken. And when God speaks, it is settled. Yes, it is settled. There's no debate. There's no going back to say, by God, no. When he speaks, it's final. And if you also develop that mentality, that is how you will prosper. That you will cherish the word of God. The word of God is what is going to cause you to prosper. It's not the education you didn't go. The education you didn't acquire. It's God who will show you the hidden riches of the earth. Amen. I'm supposed to worship him. Amen. God knows where the next Bill Gates is. Amen. Yeah. He knows where the next Steve Jobs is. And he knows what he will give that guy to do. That he will become. I don't know whether you are with me. There was an interview about Bill Gates, how the mother was having challenges with the boy. His school was bad. Always causing trouble in school. They never believed that he would become what he has become. They thought they have a big problem at their hands. Drop out from school. Always problems. Before they realized The guy is gathering some people in the basement, in the garage, with screwdrivers, bang, 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 bang. Before they realized the boy who they thought that was the trouble that they were afraid to bring into the limelight. Now they say that guy has come up with something. And now the whole world needs him. Sometimes the package is rough, but the gift again is good. Amen. Amen. Yeah. The package is rough. And when the package is rough, people don't look at it to be, valuable. Are you getting what I'm saying? But the gift inside is great. And God can sometimes hide great gifts in messed up boxes. Yeah. Overseas, you can order a phone. And if they come to deliver, and you are not in the house, they can call you. And then when they call you, they tell them, oh, we have a very valuable package. We don't know what is in the package. Even Amazon or iPhone or whatever, they don't tell them what is in the box. If not, even the letter, the deliverer can steal. So when they call you, you can say that, oh, as for this parcel, throw it into my garden. You choose. You know what you've ordered. And there are some boxes that when it comes and it looks somehow, they can put it in front of my gate. You know, when we come from town and I see boxes in front of our gate, I say, Charlie, can you imagine this happening? Packages of, microwave, sometimes even a laptop in front of your gate, but because the way it's been boxed, you don't know what is inside. And nobody will take it. My next neighbor, if my neighbor is not in the house, the boxes will be at the entrance. Sometimes they can put it behind the border. And I was just thinking, can this happen in Ghana? Can you imagine the boxes? So sometimes the package, you don't know the value in the package. So nobody cares to open. But there's a gift inside of it. I was trying to play a song that God put in my spirit today via Bluetooth to this thing. But the thing doesn't want to connect to me. And I'm even confused. It's a very beautiful song. And that gave me the message for the day. I don't know what I can play it for. My phone, will it be loud enough? It's a text I want you to pay attention to. I was hoping that it could sing. It's a Bluetooth, but it has become too blue.
Can you use this to amplify?
That's smart. That's local. That's a local idea. That's the idea. I'll just say yes. You lead the way. God lead the way. I'm not afraid of what it means for me to say. I'm not afraid for what it means to say. This life you gave me is not my own. The life is not my own. I'm trusting you to hear my yes and lead me on. I'm trusting you to hear my yes and lead me on. Yes, Lord. And I will say, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I will say, yes, Lord. My life is yours. I will say, yes, Lord. I'll just say yes. Yes, Lord. Lead the way. I'm not afraid of what it means to say yes. This life you gave me is not my own. I am trusting you to hear my yes and lead me on. The whole house sing. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. Sing yes, Lord. Yes. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. There is peace when I say yes to God. I might not see, but you always save the best for those who trust and obey. So here is my answer. No more delay. I will just say yes. I'll just say yes. No more delay. I'll just say yes. I'll just say yes. My life is yours. It's yours. It's yours. My life is completely yours. And there is peace. There is peace when I say yes. I might not see it when I say yes. I don't see it now. But he always says the best for those who trust and obey. So because of that, here is my answer. There is an answer. No more delay. This day, there is peace when I say yes. I might not see it now, but what I know is that you always say the best. For all those who trust, there is an answer. No more delay. So this morning, I'll just say yes. Yes to your will. Yes to your calling. Yes to whatever you're calling. Because my life is completely yours. It's my prayer this morning that you will find a yes in your heart to God. Let's sing. Yes, Lord, my life is yours. Yes, Lord. Are you telling God yes? Any way you need me to be, any way you want me to be, I will say yes. Yes to your way. Yes to your every way. Whatever you want to do with me. My life is completely yours. He wants to take you higher. To change us and make us over. To rehabilitate us. To make us. Don't be afraid to trust Jesus. When the ravens come, don't be afraid. Trust him with your yes tonight. Trust him with your yes this morning. Just trust him. Trust him. Trust him. Because my life is yours. Completely yours. Have you gotten it? Trust him with your yes. Trust him. The next time the opportunity will be presented, whether for you to relapse, this is a decision that you have to pop up. Am I going to trust Christ? Am I going to trust God in the way I'm feeling? In this situation, am I going to trust him? Let's clap for Jesus. And that day you will take a decision whether you will trust and obey. So there is a yes in everybody. So this morning the title is you understand that your life is no more yours, but it belongs to God. You have not even started what we call change. Yeah. That my life is not my own. But to him I belong. If you still think your life belongs to you, and whatever you want to do, you are going to do it, you have not changed. You have not started. You are managing. That's what we call management. There are sometimes I ask some people, how is this guy doing? They'll say, Apostle, the guy is alive, but he's managing. Managing means that he's still doing the jobs, but on the lower level. He's managing the drugs. He's managing his addiction. He's not taking too much like before. He's managing. And there's never been any good manager. You can never manage something that has power over you. You didn't get that one. Amen. You can never manage something that has power over you, that can tell you to block yourself, to pull yourself down, and to destroy your own destiny. How can you manage that thing? If you are managing drugs, then you are not an addict. If you are managing alcohol, then you are not an alcoholic. It is true. If you can manage women, then you are not a womanizer. If you can manage them, whatever they will do to you, it doesn't attract you anymore. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. But the reason why they still have some power is because whatever they project to us, we stop and we look at it. Somebody is walking, and then they will get some projections in their mind. All of a sudden, he will stop whatever he was doing and start meditating on the thing that has dropped in his mind. Let me give you the word for it. I promised you yesterday that the single, if your ID is single, okay, find out Bible verse for me quickly. If your ID is single, great to be the light. Where's Pastor Imai? He normally uses his phone to work. Good. The faster you get it, the bigger the watching will be. Amen. But since you are delaying, let me see what I can be faster than you. So Jesus says that, whilst I'm looking, Jesus said that let your eye be single. Or let me find this thing before you. Single. Single. The life of the body, that's Matthew chapter 6, or 6 verse 22. Matthew chapter 6 verse 22. Are you there? Or these days you don't use Bible. So it's this new generation. Now before Jesus quoted this thing, let me show you why he quoted it. He said, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So what do you treasure? That's the first thing. So right now we were talking about what is important to you. What do you treasure? So Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. If your treasure is found in the ghetto will be in your heart. And what is in your heart will take you there. You go to where your heart is. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. You go to where your heart is. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is in your heart, you treasure. Whatever, my sister pastor, what are you waiting for? What are you following now? Huh? So then Jesus says that the way to solve this problem, what is in our hearts that we don't like, the thing we crave for, the things that we are ready to die for, he says that the only way we can do this is for the light of the body is the eye. I need to break it down for you. Yeah. The light of the body is what? Eye. And this is not talking about just your physical eye alone. The eye that is connected to your heart, your mind, what you zoom into. You zoom. So you can, just as he's sitting down here, he put on a smile on his face. He thought of something. And because the message I'm preaching has no smile in it. So he thought of something and the thing brought a smile. So when I call this man, that he zoomed into the calling of that man. I don't know whether you're getting it. He didn't zoom into the message, but he zoomed into Apostle have called this man to be his assistant pastor. So within those 3, 4, 5 seconds, he let go of the message by zooming into the guy following me. I don't know whether you're getting it. These petty things is what controls us. So the message is going on, and you choose to zoom into something that can fill your heart. So when he sees that, it shows on his face. Are you with me?
Yes.
The message had no smile in it, but whatever he saw projected smile. And after all, I'm not the one following him. This is a guy following him, so let me laugh at him. So that moment, even though it's like 2, 3 seconds, you can lose a message that can transform you. Because you've taken the focus off the word. And now you zoom in into something that is not, actually, it's not necessary. But that is the level you are. So Jesus said that the eye of the body is the eye. Let me read the way he said. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine means that yours. If therefore your eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Magnifying glass. When we were kids, we used to play with magnifying glass. Remember? How you can take a magnifying glass, hold it to the sun if you don't shift it, and put newspaper underneath. And the paper, because you are focused, anything that comes across that line or the radar or wherever you have gazed the magnifying glass to, it has so much power which is not visible, but it has evidence that anything else that is underneath that is stable will catch fire. I don't know whether you are here with me. You can listen to messages many hours, but if you can stay single, focused, this is my yes, God. This is my yes. I am going to go for this. I am going. I stay focused. Wind is blowing. I'm not moving. Different thoughts are going through your mind. The mind is like the traffic lights, the traffic junction. Articulator is passing. Tico is passing. Trotro is passing. You must focus on what makes sense to you. You must, I want to focus on this track. If your eye is single, then your magnifying glass will sort the whole sun. I don't know whether you are getting anything. I pray no demons will hold you. The most dangerous person on the earth is a man that can focus. Whatever you focus on, you achieve it.
Amen.
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 Are you with me?
Yes.
If you want focus on that, you are going to become a successful person. Everything that has nothing to do with success, you keep it to the side. Are you with me? Yes. Because that is what you are focused on. That is why it's important that you will have enough enemies that don't believe in you. Yeah. It's good. It's good for you to have enough people who don't believe again. They are tired of you with your ups and downs. They are tired of you from one rehab to another rehab. They are tired of you. Yeah, they are tired. So it's about time for you to take that decision and to say that, listen, mommy is tired. Daddy he got tired 10 years ago. He gave up on me. Everybody that once promised you has given up on you. Now it is left for you to focus. If your eye be single. The reason why today you are in, tomorrow you are out, is because let me see what I'm having some pictures here. Because what?
Your eye is not single.
Because your eye is not single. You are not focused. You are focused for a week, and then something happens, then your focus gets shifted. So you can be sober for 1 week, but if it should lock you and the same thing that has destroyed you in a room, I used to tell you that I'm praying very soon we are going to change this to a story building, and I'll have one special room. It's called the testing room. We'll put, if drugs is your, if pethidine is your issue, we'll add a syringe full of pethidine, a plate, a tray of cocaine, a tray of already rolled weed, tramol in different colors on a tray, and we'll leave you there. We'll lock you there for 3 days. You are looking at me. The things that when I said I will leave you there, it was like, whoa. Are you sure? All the preaching I'm preaching, you didn't hear anything. But when I said that one, that was the frequency he was. So he could tell you that, hey, I'm supposed to say you get faith power. So we will leave you there for 3 days. We will provide you food. We will have one, salmon head, and then we can be bringing you food. And every morning we will come and ask you, have you overpowered the thing, or the thing has overpowered you? On the 3rd day, we will come and open. It will be like Daniel in the lion's den. We will ask you, have the lions consumed you, or have you consumed the lions? And the tray is there. The tray will tell us what you touch and what you have not touched. And if that person leaves that room without touching anything, and he steps outside, no matter what friends you bring, he will remember that I was tested and I passed. So this one is nothing. Oh, you see my jive. I'm going to keep my life. I'm going to do something good with my life. The few years that I have left, I will do something good with my life. The goodness and mercy is all waiting for you. When you are ready, it will be delivered. It's all waiting for you. It's waiting for you. It used to pain me back in the days when sometimes God speaks to me and he tells me that, Apostle, I said, go and do this. And I say, oh, Charlie, oh. And I don't give God my yes. After the opportunity gate is closed, what pains me the most that God loves me so much that he comes and tells me that this was supposed to be the outcome if you would have obeyed. But because you didn't obey, this is your loss. And I thank God that he loved me so much that he can even show me things that will pain me. Because the day that he loses the sense of pain, when you lose things, that means you are doomed. Are they understanding anything? If you are this, I don't care, you are doomed. Nothing can change you. Bad news doesn't affect you anymore. So you can focus. If your eye be single, then your whole body will attract light. Your toes, your knees, your back, your head, every part of you will be full of light. But then Jesus goes on to say, but if thy eye be evil, you see the thing here. When it comes to darkness, he calls it evil. If you focus, if your eyes is focused on evil, look at what will happen. Thy whole body shall be full of darkness. I didn't get it. Oh, yeah. If your eye be what? Evil. You focus on evil. You can go and lie down on your bed and you are lying down. All your evil. Planning how to satisfy your next cravings. How to satisfy your lust. Drug, it comes with lust. Alcohol, lust. Sex, lust. Masturbation, lust. All this is goes together with lust. I don't know whether they are here with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can lie down on your bed and you are meditating on lustful desires. He says the eye is evil. And the moment you start zooming into that, God, the spirit of light move away from you. Because darkness and light has nothing in common. They cannot dwell in the same room. I'm teaching better than the way you are responding. The way you are receiving. It's not a response that I need your acceptance. That this is it. If I'm thinking about something so negative, then that means there's no light around me.
Yes.
If your eye be evil, then it says that great, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. Even therefore, the light that is in thee be darkness. How great is that darkness? So what happens is that when you start meditating on evil, your leg is not out. Your leg too is part of the evil that you are taking in now. And you have zoomed in. You can't say that it's my leg that committed a sin, but not my hand. I don't know whether you are getting it. Yeah. Lawyer is getting it. So when you zoom in into evil, the evil goes into our hearts, our mind. It takes the whole body. No part of the body is exempted. It affects everything. And then that is the physical. Now spiritually, it also affects your wealth, your money, your success. Your money comes when you are righteous, you are holy. It attracts money. When you masturbate, fornicate, smoke drugs, it pushes money far away from you.
That is true.
So a man that can control himself gets wealth. You didn't get that one?
Amen.
The one that can control himself becomes rich.
Amen.
There's no successful person that doesn't have discipline in somewhere in their life. Unless maybe he inherited the wealth. Somebody worked and the person died and gave him the money. But if he's a founder of something, one time in his life, he was forced to be a very disciplined person. Are you with me?
Yes.
God is not impressed until you are a disciplined person. Somebody that does the same thing every day, repeatedly. It becomes a habit. Huh? Now you do it for 2-3 days, you backslide, then you come and pick it up. From the beginning, God can have patience with that. But God wants somebody that will be doing something every day. And every day, Satan will ask you, why are you doing this thing? Because I am focused and I want to see my God bless me.
Amen.
I don't know whether you are with me.
We are with you.
So you must have an habit. Have an habit. Something that you keep doing. Like the same thing happens in the kingdom of darkness. When the devil grabs you, whether you are feeling good in your body or not, when you wake up in the morning, whether you brush your teeth or you bath, he doesn't care. He marches you to the gate. You tell the devil that I didn't have enough sleep, so I need to stay home. No. When you wake up, your slippers is ahead of you. You will have to catch up with your slippers to put your leg in your slippers. If not, your slippers is going because that is at the habit. That's what we call it, drug habit. It's a habit. And unless that habit breaks and you take on a new habit, there's no motivation. So every time when you wake up, you will have to now. One of the strongest lessons that God took me through, He asked me to wake up every morning at a certain time. Back then it was like 4:35. And then stand on my feet for 2 hours. Not lying down. Stretch like this. And pray for 2 hours for people. Not for yourself. And I realized that praying for myself was sweeter than praying for people. So for me to stand for 2 hours, interceding on the behalf of people, and especially you say, start with your enemies. I was not motivated to wake up in the morning. There was no motivation. I want to pray for prosperity. I want to pray. Those days, I want to pray for a wife. I want to pray for money to come. I want to pray for power. I want to pray for divine opportunities. Those ones are, you tell me to pray 2 hours, cool. Right. I'm joking. Bless me so all my enemies who have been laughing at me will see that now I'm blessed. And when I'm praying, God says, I'm not in it. Your blessings will come in this your everyday waking up. So one morning, the time came for me to just rise, and I was lying down, saying, Lord, it's very nice for me to lie prostrate, stretch my hands on the floor. Oh Lord, I love you. Before I realized I was snoring. And then I saw the feet of the Lord walking out of the room. And then I woke up and said, oh, don't go, don't go, don't go. It was something that I was taking for granted. I didn't know that the Lord pays attention and He comes to have a devotion with me. Amen. Amen. So that was the first dream. It was very difficult. The time God says I wake up to pray, sleep was sweet. When God tells you, you think that sitting down is comfortable. But when God tells you, think sitting down is comfortable. If God tells you now, sit down, all of a sudden, sitting down becoming begging. God, how long will I sit down? I don't know whether you're getting me. Yes. Sitting down, it looks like something that everybody should enjoy. And it should be a blessing if somebody gets a seat. But because it is the heart desire of God, all of a sudden, standing will become very, very desirable. God, my brain needs me to ask you. I want to stand. God said, no. I just say sit in a comfortable chair. Now, just because God says it, it becomes a habit. Satan will force you to stand. Satan has no rules to tempt man. He always listens to what God is telling you, and He tells you to do the opposite. If God don't speak, there's no rules. Until God says, Adam, you can eat of all the trees in this garden, but as for the tree of knowledge, which is in the center, thou shalt not eat. For the day you eat of that tree, you shall surely die. Adam was a free man until God spoke. Until God spoke, Adam could have easily, mistakenly, taken of the fruit and chopped, but God will not count it as a sin or rebellion. When God speaks, then it is settled. Yes, it is what? Settled. When God speaks that thou shalt not eat of this tree, then the tree also receives a message. God don't just speak to you alone. When God speaks, everything that God has created hears. The stone here, the dust here, the wind here, everything that God created. So when you turn against God, everything that God has created turns against you. Are you with me?
Yes.
So, Satan has no room until God decided that he wants to bless you. And for your blessings, this is how your blessings will come. And when God spelled it out for you that this is how your blessings is going to come, from that day, that is where Satan will focus. Knowing that if I allow this boy to do a genuine morning devotion, his mind will be fixed on what God has promised him. So what I will start doing is I will start attacking his devotion. I won't allow him to have a good devotion. I will attack his morning devotion. I will attack him in the morning. I will make him weak. I will make him tired. Trust me, there are many, many days that I feel so tired. And then God said, get on the train and go and preach. 3 hours. You will work for me. You will not work for any man. Second trial. I meet people. And they say, oh, Charlie, I hear you just came from Sweden to America. I can hook you up with some cleaning job. At our company, our boss is looking for more people. And then it is very difficult for me to tell him that God has employed me. You're not getting this. The person who wants to give me the job was told by God, give him money. So they come to church. After church service, they have envelope. At least like 3-4 people will come to me, even though I'm just a sound engineer. They will say God told them they should give me money. And then after they've done that, even though they've obeyed God spiritually, that their flesh takes over, it says that where this money is coming from, I can connect you so that you can get more. God used them, but then their flesh has taken over, that they want to pull me out of the will of God so that they will help me with the job. And then I have to now allow myself to be looked at very funny. I say, Charlie, I thank you for the job he wants to give me back. God has told me not to work for any man. But I should work for him. The work I do is I go to the trains to go and preach in the morning. We've heard that there's somebody preaching in the trains in the morning. So we are the one. I say, yes. That's what I'm doing now. And I didn't just do it for 1 year, 2 years. Was it comfortable? No. I get angry. Sometimes before I get on the train, I'm kind of fighting God. You've created a young man. They are wasting my life. You make me go and stand in the train and preach for 3 hours. Then I'll go. And so this is how I'm going to be able to live my life. This is where I'll get my food from. This is how a woman one day will see me and say, I want to marry. I have so much questions and so much doubt and so much arguments. And God will not mind me. Say, continue. If you can learn to work for me, then when I start paying you, it will be sweet. A friend called me. So Charlie, he has opened this company. The work is easy. All I'll do is to take some stubborn boys, engage them. Once I engage him, the boy, I can take the boy to a restaurant, take him to a theater, cinema. We'll be watching movies. The time I spend with the guy, that's where the government will pay me. So this time I've come back from America, I'm in Sweden. And my friend is saying that this job is good for you. I've done it a bit before. So he knew that when he got the contract, and he had some young guys who were troublesome, and he thought, who can speak and counsel and move around with these boys that and sign the contract, then you can start. Anywhere you are going, if I'm going to do my own errands, my own business, I will just call the guy, follow me. And the moment he sits in my car, I start getting paid. So I was going to enter into my car to go and sign the contract. And God said, after all these years of obedience that you've obeyed me, you are now going to work for money. When it's time for me to pay you, now you want to stop and go and work. Why don't you continue? You've been in New York, you've preached for over 1 year. You've been to Amsterdam, you've preached. Sweden, you've preached, you've been thrown into prison for preaching the gospel. I was arrested 3 times, thrown into cell for preaching. And this is the time I'm coming to reward you. And now you want to go, you're moving backwards. Why don't you just do that and enjoy? So gospel, I'm opening my car gates to go and sit down and go. And I have to close the gates and go back and tell Mama, God said I should continue. I was waiting for her. One day she said, I'm tired. You and this your God. I'll leave you. Marry somebody else. Marry this your God with your foolishness and nonsense. Every day God said this, God said that. I can't live like that with you. You want to prosper, God will stretch you. And if you are able to stand when the blessings start coming, you can't chop. You can't chop. When the blessings start coming, that's why the Bible says, can you stand to be blessed? Because it will take you to stand. You have to take a stand for God to bless you. Right? He said, can you stand to be blessed? It's a question. Can you stand to be blessed? That means everything that one has to do to receive that blessing, you have to do it. Discipline your brains, blocking everything that has nothing to do with where you are going. This is the whole day. The whole day. You should have like a tennis bat. When the thoughts come, back, no. Back. But that's where I got this thing from. Don't let anything evil rest on your mind. After 1 second, he enters into you. It will take over you. But if you can be disciplined and you are always meditating on the light, the good thing that is about to happen to you, then you will become. All of us wouldn't be here if I was not constantly doing like this. It got to a certain time when it becomes difficult, I keep my ear so that I can change the new thoughts that has come. And did I do it for 1 week? No. Did I do it for 2 months? No. I did it for years. God will let you master your craft. Then God will say that now, while you are being Odiamofisa, you have a way of meditating. Your brain has become strong. Now you can manage. You can manage money. Now you can manage blessings. Now I can take you to Ghana. Now I can fortify you. Now I can show you how to bless you. You think God is wicked? God is not wicked. God is looking for people to bless more than people are looking for God to bless them. Amen.
Amen.
So it says that if your eye is single, if your eye is single, whatever your eye is single on, you attract that and that will affect your whole life. But if what your eye is on is evil, it will affect your whole life. This is the clap that you clap so that it goes. But when your heart is satisfied, I know. We need more. Oh, that's what it is. Now, the reason why we keep relapsing is because our eye is not single. time you get the opportunity to go out by yourself, what would you do? When there's nobody there. There's a great question that was asked. If you know certain things that God don't like you to do, and God gives you the permission to do it, knowing that if you do it, it hurts God, but when you do it, God will not punish you. Will you do it? That was a very great question. Two people only heard the word. If you know something, if the revelation is given to you, that you know something about God, that God don't like me sitting down. But for the sitting down alone, if I sit down, even though God don't like it, God have decided that He will not punish me when I sit down. Will I continue to sit down? No. Yes, we've had guilty conscience and we've walked into sin before. Even before we committed a sin. I know God don't like what I'm about to do, but how come I'm about to do it again?
Don't take money in that rich. Because apostle will not see you. Take the money.
Okay. I didn't know that this money was a confession money. Will I still do it? Even though I know that it's not right. Until we change these small things, great things can never happen. And when you get to the final line, you'll be very sad that you never trusted him. He is sitting down on this block, this cemented thing, because he trusts that the thing will not break. Will you sit in a chair where you believe that the chair is not stable? It will break and it will break my back. You sit because you trusted the chair to sustain you. You do things based on the trust you have for God. Huh? When God speaks to you, if you trust where He's taking you, you obey Him. There are certain things about you that you trust God for. You trusted God yesterday and today you see. That's why you are standing here and you are not shocked. You are not shocked. But somebody at the hospital doesn't have that belief based on their current circumstances. The doctors don't even have that belief for him or her. They've already told everybody that any time from now, this person will die. But you have that trust in that area. The person who is lying on a sick bed doesn't have to believe God not to go and take drugs. They're not getting this. Their problem is to be alive. Your problem is not being alive. I have to say this to God. I don't know whether you are getting it. Most of us standing here, if we had one miracle that we want to ask God, it's a miracle that will never go back again. Amen. Is that what we want? That God, I don't need a miracle with money. Because right now we are so smart and we know that if I'm able to stop drugs, money. If I'm able to stop whatever that I normally use, my good money that I'm supposed to invest in my life and in my future, if I'm able to stop that thing, money will come plenty. So that means my only problem is to stop this one. There are some people. Your problem is not getting money. You know money comes to you because you are born rich. Amen. Amen. Yeah. But what the money does is what is affecting you. And in between you getting the money and what you use the money for is addiction. So if this thing addiction can leave, getting money was natural. Doing investment will flow. Because when the money comes, I don't invest it in the right thing. I invested in the wrong thing. That's why I am the way I am today. But if I'm tired of my current situation, the next thing that I will see myself doing is to be blocking those things that takes my mind into that. No sin is committed just like that. It has to start in your mind. It has to get, it's a process. It's a process. So if you can block it before it takes over you, you will always be successful. Amen. One of the things that God told, how many minutes do I have left?
Or more.
Oh, 15 minutes. 7:30 that I'm done, yeah? Is that the right time?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came a neighbor. Now he still showed me that he didn't want you to have 15 minutes. You can see what people are thinking on their faces.
Why you just a certain example on me?
Don't worry. You are the topic for the day. You can see what people are thinking. If you see somebody and the person is thinking about something good, just the way he was smiling, I know some good thoughts is going to their mind. And you can see somebody who is not thinking positively, it's also written on their face. Cain and Abel went to go and present an offering to God. God told Cain earlier on that if you want to give me an offering, give me a true offering, a proper offering. And I have just 12 minutes. Exactly 12 minutes I'm close. So I have to fast it. God told Cain, I want you to give me this kind of offerings. He always thought about the process of the offering. Why see, next week I will go and offer that to God and bend it. So he saw the process to be useless. Sometimes the things God will tell you, when you use your own mind, it sounds like foolishness. Why should I take pawpaw, nice pawpaw, and bend it for God? What good is that? What good is that? Can God chop that one? No. So you will always have the reasons why you shouldn't obey God. When God is saying, I want you to do things in this manner. And Abel was great. He saw that this lamb, they come naturally. I don't do anything. I sit with them on the hill. I rest under the tree. And then the green grass, I don't have to go and buy them. They are there. They are chopping and then they are giving them. So for me to give one lamb to God, it's not a big deal. Or God gives it to me easily. But when this guy is connected to the curse that came upon his father, that anytime you till the ground will not yield it straight. When Cain gets any crops from the ground, then I'll take this thing and go and burn it for God. So it was difficult because he is also functioning under the curse that was placed upon his father. So it was difficult for him to give anything because of prayer and so on. Abel long struggled to get the sheep. The little that they are there, they are multiplying. So obey Baku, no Asham on your name. I get what I'm saying? But according to God, the best offering should have come from Cain. Because he struggled to get the crops. So God was ready to receive his own more than Abel's own. But that is by the side. Now that I have 10 minutes left. So he realized that God is not receiving his offering, or God is not honoring his offering. He went and spoke to his brother. The brother advised him, hey, my brother, do what God has asked you to do. If God wants pawpaw, give him pawpaw. If God wants amangeli, give him the amangeli. If God wants tomatoes, give him the fresh tomatoes. See, Charlie, I struggled before I get these things. It's difficult for me. He went to God. That means God has a strong relationship with the guy. He went to God and God said, hey, why is one woman with him? How come you have squeezed your face? How come you have done? Your face doesn't look good. And God knew that it's because his offering is not. So God said that if you what is right, are you not going to be accepted? That means for you to be accepted is your choice. If you do what is right, we are legit. As we are here this morning, we are 70 something in number. Trust me, there's a man that has a big house, big companies, and he says, "Oh God, give me one man who can help me with my big business." You know that? Yes. Somebody's prayer this morning. But we are 70 something here. But nobody is coming to pick us up. I did not say. And somebody is looking for one. One of us. There are more people who are looking for people to help than people who allow themselves to be helped. I'm telling you. You know, you've forgotten when there were people in your life that wanted to help you, but you don't want the help. You run away from them. The people who are ready to help you, run away from them. Because your system wasn't willing to help. God told Cain, if you do what is right, you be accepted. But, and then God gave him the same scripture. But if you choose not to do what is right, a snake is lying at your doorpost and is ready to bite. That's the same advice Jesus gives us, that if your eye be sin, then your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye be evil, that means a snake is lying there. When you open your gates, it bites you, pump the venom into your whole body, and if it gets to your heart, you die. I don't know where you are getting with this. So it is what you are focusing on. It's what will tell me what you are going to become. Now that I have 6 minutes left. 30 minutes. I knew Ibrahim Zlatan. Okay? I knew Zlatan as a small boy. Actually, he's here, so you can even ask Ashley. Zlatan lived in the same area. Ibrahim, the Swedish footballer. Now, the reason why I'm not shocked that he became the best player in the world is because his eye was single on ball. There's nowhere I see this ball and he's not holding the ball under his armpit. There's a bridge that always passes under that bridge. Now this recently they are telling me that they've labeled it Ibrahim's bridge, Zlatan bridge. Now it's kind of a short, it's not that long. So what he does is that after school, I sat in the same classroom with his sister. And he was in the same school with us, Sofianin school. So this boy, he will be there and he will kick the ball will hit the wall, hit the top, and he'll come. He can do that for hours. His eye is what? Single on ball. When he's sitting in the classroom, teacher, you are disturbing him. He wants you to ring the bell so you can go out and keep kicking the ball. His eye was what? Single on one thing. And the one thing that he was focused on, that thing brought him all the millions. And one day when I met him in town, where a lot of people were around him, so I said, "Hey, Bushy." And I go close to him. I said, "If you need anything, let me know." I couldn't ask anything. All I asked. Yes. The football, I've never seen on it. Normally, we have these summer games that we play. Ghana and Nigeria. So like the Nigerians in the area will come. And then the Ghanaians will. Because I'm not so good, Zlatan will see me. Let me pray for you. And this boy will let me go and sit on the bench all the time. And my team people too, they believe that it's better Zlatan join us. Because Zlatan comes to Ghanaians, chop, jollof, and all these things. So if he join us, it's okay. And he will get in that small boy. Sometimes I was afraid for his leg. But he was fast enough. What he's been doing under the bridge for hours, none of us were doing it. So we wake up, we are running our own business. So the boy will get in there, it's a sport. Because that's what he's been focusing on his same thing that this boy has been doing now has turned into a millionaire. To the extent that if I see him and he's asking me something, I put it there. May you focus on something that will yield fruit. May you focus on something that will bring money, will bring blessings. Now one day, the people will never believe that you could make it. I mean, do you know that one of the reasons why I couldn't ask him many things, I never thought he could go that far. When God blesses you in the presence of your enemies, your enemies cannot ask you anything. You know they can't ask you. After you have been blessed, they can't ask you for anything. Because everything in them will remind them, one Jimmy and he said, every part of your body will tell you that you never believe this guy. Now God has blessed you, look at you. You are going to ask him. So their conscience will not allow them to ask. Yeah, and try. Or let me say continuous unbelief. Now that I have 3 minutes. When we started this ministry, there's a cousin of mine who used to come and sit in front of this house, the opposite house. After me and Pastor Mugi has cooked rice and stew, we are going to take it to Las Vegas to go and preach and to give it away. When I get to the gate, he will say, I bet you are going to share it for the needy. And he say, oh, you need it, Jimmy. Then he will take a bowl and then we'll fetch some of the rice and then take a lot of the stew. But this is me and Pastor Mudi, we are cooked here. The last thing the guy did, that great cup, that day he wasn't hungry, he didn't need food. He poured the stew on top of the rice in the ice chest and put his hand inside and did like this. The men who have wasted time, they are thirsty. Stop doing this thing. He mashed it there. It just put on it now. Tell me of you all. I thought you wanted some. No, he just said, I hate what you are doing. These people, they are under a curse. He was seated with Alaji Richman. Alaji was laughing. He said, oh, Kobi, are you? I don't know what's wrong with you. These crazy people you are focusing on there. After I go to Abba, the guy will find the bee that I'm your Gianni. But Alaji, got this house and the next house. They used to be a signal. Don't be there with Jimmy. Not somebody can insult you with a slap. Hey, you fool. Yeah. You fool. But every part of me was okay doing it, even though we didn't have it. That my cousin, when this thing took off and he's doing well, he's managing one tax. The tax is always giving him problem. He doesn't have food to chop because he didn't have the heart of God. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. Now he's financially struggling. But the humility to come and to beg so that he can get some of the food that God has given to the people that he once called them curses. He can do it. So the dinner is now asking people who comes and collects some from here that they should bring him some. God asked for him, they came with him. This last week, Alaji saw me. When he saw me, he said, come, give me some $1,000, make I sew some clothes for you. I'll give you nice. Where would $1,000 come from? Is it from the same job I was doing that you say my junior? If you are be single, when people are telling you all kinds of things that say, let's go back. If your eye is single. And I have 30 seconds left. If your eye is single, there will be a lot of reasons why you should relapse. If your eye is single. Somebody will insult you in this house. If your eye is single. So the singleness of your mind. The media marks are dream we ever meeting you. My dream ya better. Video ya mini make up. The eye be single.
The nation